What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As you can tell, it's been a while since the last few uploads. That's mainly because I had some final year university exams and a 10k DSO to write. So now that it's all over, you can expect some fire content on its way. It's about that time I do a proper performance mod, and don't you worry, that's exactly what's going to be happening soon. But for this video, I've got a couple of ways you can make your car faster. And obviously, because I own a BMW, it's going to be tailored mostly towards that. But these things I'll be talking about can be applied to any car too. And it will all make sense in a bit, so let's get into it. So the first way to make your car faster is using a Gearbox Flash. As you may be aware, I've done the XHP Gearbox Flash and it really is a night and day difference. I don't want to go too much into it because I've already made a video on it, so go click the banner in the top right corner. But long story short, it unlocks manufacturer's transmission settings within the vehicle's ECU to give smoother and quicker gear shifts, increased torque and performance. Now for me, I felt like it definitely changed how the car drove because it basically never short shifts and revs like hell. On a completely stock car, it will make some difference, but to make the most out of it, I'd recommend combining it with one of the two mentioned next. Now, the second choice is a tuning box. On my old 320D, I opted not to remap because I knew I had to change cars, especially as it was a diesel. So I went for a TDI tuning box instead. The main reason was because it is undetectable. You can put it on and take it off just before selling the car, so there's no evidence of tampering with the ECU. It functions by modifying the signal between the ECU program and the fuel injection system. The modification tricks the ECU into increasing the amount of fuel injected, allowing it to raise pressure and thereby produce more torque and power. On their website, TDI Tuning state figures for what the tuning box can generate for your particular model. So go check yours out using the link below. Now, the good thing about theirs is it has a Bluetooth feature and there's 7 stages to choose from. So you can basically decide how much more boost you want. Stage 1 is the least amount of boost, aka the most efficient mode, and stage 7 is the highest power mode. All in all, I paid about 400 quid for the device with fitting, but the best thing about these boxes is that they're transferable. So if you're changing your car, you can always send it back to TDI Tuning and for an extra 100 quid, they will reprogram it to your new car. Now, although I felt like it did make my car a little bit quicker, I felt very skeptical about the actual power gains, especially because I didn't get my car on a dyno. So I found this video from Darkside Developments where they tested a bunch of tuning boxes on a stock 148 bhp car. Companies like TDI claim to increase power to about 200 bhp, but on Darkside's dyno, they found a maximum of 169 bhp, which is significantly less. Then again, there are always discrepancies between dynos. So long story short, tuning boxes are a cheap way of getting a tad more performance, but the best thing to do would be to get an ECU remap, which is the third method. If you guys are enjoying the video so far, make sure you hit that subscribe button and bell notification so you know exactly when the next video drops. Now, with ECU remaps, also known as chip tuning, you have to be very careful, especially if your car is on warranty, as messing around with the ECU will definitely void this. Essentially, you overwrite the ECU with a new program to optimize the car for overall performance. Similarly to the tuning box, the overall torque and power will be noticeably increased. Power delivery will be way smoother, making it a much safer driving experience, which in turn also makes it easier and safer to overtake. Now, during normal driving, you will notice that your MPG is much better, which not only decreases the cost of fuel that you will have to pay, but it also minimizes your carbon footprint. Sustainability is the way forward, right? And finally, throttle response will be improved and the rev range will be enhanced. People are often concerned that a performance remap can lead to problems with their car, but a professional performance remap should not affect your car's reliability in any way. Remapping puts mildly more strain on an engine, but if you get a professional performance remap, you can be sure that this will never reach a dangerous level. What is important to recognize is that in most cases, car engines are built to perform way better than they actually do. One explanation for this is that car manufacturers often launch performance versions of their car, and they usually don't put a new engine in when they do this. Effectively, if you opt for a performance remap from a garage, you are in many instances simply upgrading to the improved or sportier version of your car, but at a much lower price than actually buying the manufacturer's branded racy equivalent. A lot of different people provide this service, but in terms of BMW and what I know, you can either go down the MHD route or the boot mod route. There's also the JB4, which is a piggyback module, which, you know, works in a similar way. Now, if you want a more detailed video comparing the two, I can do that. Just drop a comment down below. Prices for these can range anywhere between 150 to 450 pounds. Again, depending on who's doing the software, how it's been done. But all you have to make sure is not to go cheaping out, because repairing the ECU might be costly. Leave a comment down below on what you think you might be doing next, and make sure you keep an eye out for the next few videos, as there's going to be some major improvements to my car. See you guys next time.